It has been teased for a while, ever since March 2021, but it is now out, it is here. Most institutions should have it enabled in the Microsoft Teams client, the presenter mode. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use it, what the pros and the cons of using it are, and how it looks like at the end of your audience. Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Christian, Dr. GK. Welcome to my channel, and we get straight to presenter mode. So we're gonna jump right into a meeting. Now over here in Microsoft Teams, I am already in the meeting with the other Gerhard, and I would like to share a cool PowerPoint presentation with the other Gerhard or any other content. So I'm just gonna go ahead and share my screen. I already have the PowerPoint open and in full screen mode. So all I need to do is go up here and start sharing my screen. So I'm going up here, share my screen, and right here on top I have presenter mode. So that would be content only, standout, side by side, or reporter. So before we actually start sharing the screen, I'd like to point out the Customise button here. The Customise button gives you a couple of backgrounds here Microsoft provided. At the moment, you cannot add your own. So this is a bit of a limited feature. That might change in the next couple of weeks or months. Who knows with Microsoft? But I'm going to change it from the one that has been selected here. And I'm going to let's pick this one. It's nice. And you're going to see where this background is being applied in a minute. So I'm selecting my window and I'm going to select my PowerPoint presentation here. Now you can see that here on screen my PowerPoint is being shared, indicated by the frame around that window. So that'd be good to go to present, but now I want to actually use the presenter mode. How can I do that in the presentation? So I move my mouse cursor up here and have currently content only selected. So now I'm going to go ahead and try Standout mode, which is the next. And I click on it and this little preview window opens here. So not to lead you astray, I'm not going to maximize this window at this point. I just want to be clear that what we have here on screen now is on one hand the shared PowerPoint presentation, and on the other hand a second window, which is a preview window. So that preview window is what your audience is currently seeing. That means you, kind of in the bottom right corner from the audience perspective, but superimposed on your content. The problem is that this is because it is a preview window, you cannot move yourself if you're covering up content. Yeah, that's definitely a disadvantage of this mode and of this view. Maybe that's a feature that's coming up. At one point, their OBS is definitely more powerful. So if you have not watched my videos on OBS and online teaching yet, then please go ahead, link in the subscription below. So this is what your audience is seeing, but this is not what is being recorded. Big difference. The recording looks something like this. So you can see that in the recording, the camera window, so basically me, is on the side of the content, which is per se a fine feature for recording. Yeah, students can see you and the students can see your content, but the problem is that if you have the standout view on and your background is being taken out, so is your background being taken out in the recording. So just please be mindful of that. So back here in the meeting, and I want to use a different presenter mode. So again, mouse cursor to the top, and I'm going to select side by side. And this here is side by side. And I have to say, from the options that we have seen so far, this is definitely the better one. It has a big advantage. So again, this is the preview window. This is what your students are seeing. And if I just make this, in this case, larger, you see that I'm next to the content. My content is right there next to me. The disadvantage is that it is smaller than a full screen share. So the slides, the content of the slides is small. So you need to be mindful of that too then, because if you have small text or small figures and graphs, then they are even smaller than on a screen. And just imagine that screen here. That includes the background that we changed to earlier in the Customize option. All of that becomes even smaller and smaller. So you need to be very mindful that this might be the case. It might impact viewability and visibility of content. But other than that, you're not covering up any content as in the view before, in the standout mode. And also your background is not taken away. And you can also see now in the recording, you are nicely next to the window. Your background is not being taken away. So from that perspective so far, this mode, the side-by-side, is definitely better looking than the standout mode, but of course be mindful of the content. So let's try the last mode. The fourth mode is the reporter mode. You can probably tell why it's called reporter mode. It's kind of a mix between the standout mode and the side-by-side. It also uses the background that I was able to choose earlier, but it unfortunately is taking the disadvantage from the standout mode. It's taking away my background. So they have this halo effect around me, and if I do something like this, don't forget, this is what your audience sees. You can see in the recording view right there that this is pretty much similar to what you have seen in the standout mode. The background is taken away in the recording. Your camera is on the side of your content, but unfortunately it has this odd effect, this background being taken away. So once more, be mindful of that. So all in all, I would say that the best mode that we currently have, if you wanted to apply such a mode and not stay within content only, I would say it's definitely side by side, because it avoids this halo effect. In the recording of a live session, it looks better. Your content is not covered up, just with the caveat it might be a little bit on the smaller side of things. So if you want to get rid of that preview window, then don't just close it by clicking on the X. Just go up here and click on content only again, and then it closes automatically. So what do you think of this new presenter mode? Are you going to use it in your live sessions? Are you happy with how it looks like? Or will you stick rather with the content only mode that we have used before? Just let me know in the comment below. If you found this video useful, I'll be very happy if you gave me a like, a subscribe. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.